When people talk about trading psychology, usually they're going to talk about discipline, how to follow your plan, how to execute the right trades, your money mindset, that kind of stuff. But there's one thing that they miss and that they always forget to talk about. What's up, traders? Welcome back to Bangkok in Thailand once again. I'm here since a while now, so it's kind of pointless to say it, but of course due to COVID. But today I want to share with you something really interesting that I've shared a long time ago through my VAP Trader Growth email that I send almost every week. And these emails are for gold feature things that I don't really talk about here on YouTube, but I want to share with my subscribers by email. So some tips about mindset, about psychology, about how to trade profitably, how to get full time, that kind of stuff. If you want to sign up to those emails, it's all free, of course. I'll leave the link below for you to check it out to sign up. And you can get in the email list, receive these emails every single week. Sometimes more than one a week. It kind of depends what I think about week by week. But so far the feedback on those has been really good, so that's awesome to hear. Now, one thing I wrote about a long time ago, I actually had someone, a subscriber, send me this again recently, replied to this email recently. This is an email I wrote 2 years ago, in 2019, back when I was in Australia. And the principle I was discussing in those emails is the principle of default setting and knowing your default setting. And that we all have basically one default setting and one way to operate. And the thing is, when we are in line with that, when we follow our natural instinct or our natural kind of skills or abilities, we tend to get really good results. We tend to get like awesome results, and we are really good at our fields naturally. Now, most people can do that. Not everyone, of course, does it. Some people are distracted with other things around, and they will become great at their natural default settings or their natural skills. But people who really put time into it and really try to become better, they become better and they have really good results with those skills that they know how to do. But the thing is that this can only get you so far. You cannot really achieve world-class result just by working on your own default setting. We can take the example of an athlete who's really good at like performing in sports, and he might be really good at that field, but for him to get noticed by other people, for him to be able to go to Olympics, he won't be able to do it by himself. He should just stay at home and train all day, because that's what he's good at. You might need some people skills, some relationship skills. You might need to be able to get in touch with the right coaches, the right people to push him to higher levels. And that's how he's going to be able to achieve world class. Now, I'm not an athlete myself. You can see that. But the same thing applies to trading. The same principle applies, where we might be good at one thing, but to be able to achieve the best results and make breakthroughs, we need to be able to apply other skills or other people's default settings. Now, the settings I'm talking about, the default settings that people have, are in 4 parts. People have been trying to kind of come up with these for a long time. Some things tend to change over time, so maybe you have like this one attribute now, but later it's going to be different. But these kind of default settings don't really change. They've been doing research in the past and studies where they found that these could be as much as 94% accurate over a long period of time. So if you take a test, let's say today, and let's say 2 or 5 years from now you take the same test, you're going to be about the same. Maybe a little bit different, but about the same. So the 4 kind of default traits that people have and think that they're good at are, first of all, taking action. Second is problem solving. The third one is building relationship. And the fourth one is data and analysis. Now, usually most people are pretty good in 2 of those and pretty bad at the 2 other ones. For example, I'm really good at taking action and solving problems. You might be different. You might be really good at forming relationship and, let's say, taking action or something different. Now, you're usually going to have one major one and one kind of secondary one lower one that you're good at. Some people are pretty balanced, but usually you have a higher one and lower one in normal cases. Now, the key here is, first of all, understanding which one you're best in and which one you're good at. And you can take tests for that. There's many tests that you can take, like the disc profile test, like the CVI test, and that's up to you to take it on your own if you want after. I'll leave links below for those tests, which some are free. Now, once you understand your default setting and your top trait or top default setting, you gotta put most of your time into doing that. So let's say if you're good at taking action, then take action and start projects where you can take action on and move forward. In trading, that could be creating things, that could be doing some backtests, doing some things, taking action overall. If you're good at solving problems, figure out which problems you have in your life and then start to solve them. Start to bring someone ways to solve them. Now, that's all good. That will bring you to a certain level. But the next step, which is most powerful, and that's what I want to do this video for today, is in the 2 skills that you're not good at, the 2 aspects or 2 attributes or whatever you want to call it, that you're not good at. These are things that if you do, you will likely have breakthroughs. Now, you don't have to do all of them. Like, let's say you're really bad, like me, building relationship and data analytics. then you gotta take your third score, the score that you're not the worst at, but the like before last good at. And then that aspect, that skill, that trait is the thing you have to implement to get breakthroughs in life and in everything you work on, in trading, in life, in relationship, and anything around. So let's say for me, my third score, or the thing that I'm not so good at after my two best skills, is relationship and building relationship. And that's why by me starting a podcast, being around traders, interviewing people that were trading full time, that's what got me breakthroughs. That's what helped me move forward and get some results. For you, it's going to be completely different. But you got to find out the things you're good at and the things you're not so good at. Then take that third one. So after the things you're good at, the third score, and then you work on that and you try to become better at that. Either you learn these skills by yourself or you surround yourself with people who are good at that skill. So for example, if you know a guy who's really good at building relationship, you could partner with that person. That person will help you build relationships and you don't have to do it to yourself. So you still have the breakthroughs, but if you want to take it to the next level really high, then you have to work on these skills yourself and become good at those skills yourself. Now it takes time, of course, not something easy for sure. Not as sexy as making $1,000 per day from today. Not as sexy as taking a strategy and becoming profitable today. But these are things that really matter to be able to achieve the best level in trading and in life overall. And I'm really passionate about this. I hope you can find some value in this. I'll leave some links below for you to check it out if you want to do some tests to be able to learn about yourself better. You don't have to, but that would be a good thing to do if you want to be able to understand where you are, what things you're good at if you're not aware yet, and what things you gotta work on and apply and use to be able to become better. Subscribe if it's not done yet. I publish video like this 4 times per week or more if I can. And I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.